What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping in the next one on our exploring the foreign journey. Get over and show Sam all the love in the world if you haven't done so already. A lot of you haven't. Get over there and sub up. That's what this is all about. Helping out the channels that deserve to be helped out. And this man knows how to edit. And it's just a genuinely good dude. Get over, show him the love. How Americans respond, how the Dutch view the US. Let's jump in. It could get interesting. See what we got.
Hoe zou je omschrijven Amerikaan?
Shout out to Annalie for the request, by the way. I definitely appreciate you.
Cultuur.
Lui. Sorry.
He thinks we're lazy.
Burgers, of course.
Yeah, we have a lot of burgers.
We do.
Vreselijk overdreven. Oh, hello. How are you?
I disagree.
I can't disagree with that because there are a lot of overly fake people. That's not to say that everybody is, but there's a lot of people that are there just meet you and be like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye. Huh?
I'm not fake nice.
Good. I'm against being fake nice.
As an American that's been living in the Netherlands for the past 3 years, I've become very familiar with the concept of Dutch directness. So that's why I was really curious to ask Dutch people a few questions regarding their views of America and Americans, and take that back to the US to let Americans see and get their reaction. Starting with question number 1. What comes to mind when you think of America or American culture?
Little red cups that nobody else in the world uses. Solo cups. The red plastic party cups.
Onbeschoft, vettig eten, lui. Sorry. Sorry.
En wat doen jullie?
Omdat jullie, kijk, hier fietsen, je doet veel sporten, Welen is alles echt op verre afstand, dus je moet vaak met de auto dingen. Ook bijvoorbeeld...
This is true, but that's not the people's fault. Everything is far away, 100%. They called them bicycle lanes. You guys have seen them. I made videos about our bicycle lanes here, and you said I would never ride in those. It's very, very hard to get around without a car in a lot of places.
Voor McDonald's worden porties grotere maaltijden aangeleverd, dus snap je?
Yeah, because nobody needs a gallon of soda.
Oh, ik vind Amerika echt geweldig. Ik hou van Amerika. En het gedeelte waar mijn zus een vakantiehuis heeft, dat is in de Pocono's. De beren lopen daar in de tuin. Het is echt gigantisch.
Like burgers, of course. A lot of wealth, but also a lot of poor people. A lot of Mexicans.
Ze zijn heel open, voor wat ik weet. Wel natuurlijk de eten en drinken. Dat is natuurlijk wel, eigenlijk sowieso alles wel een beetje over de top natuurlijk.
It's more than a bit over the top. It's gone a little crazy.
In Amerika. Dat is wel anders dan in Nederland. Die zijn we iets nuchterder.
Amerikaanse cultuur. Sowieso vind ik het heel erg bijzonder. Ze zijn heel positief. Amerikanen zijn super positief. En je moet er overal voor gaan. En dat vind ik echt veel fijner dan de Nederlandse cultuur. Want ik hou heel erg van Nederland, want ik ben zelf ook Nederlander. Maar Nederlanders zijn altijd een beetje negatief. En ja, in Amerika moet je gewoon altijd ervoor gaan. En die positiviteit is echt super aanstekelijk.
What is your reaction to what they had to say?
Some people said some extremely nice things, though. I will say that.
Of a depiction of how, you know, news and media and everything can probably make America seem like. But in reality, the way I look at it, people here just do whatever they want. People can express themselves.
It's very interesting. I feel like I've met people who have all of those opinions. When I was in the Netherlands, I did find a little bit of a more harsh culture, I think. That the Dutch people are a little bit more blunt than I think Americans might be.
Yeah. But just because they're blunt doesn't mean that they don't care. That's what I'll say I've learned. A lot of them say things because they do care.
Yeah, it's interesting with the kind of negative reactions about like the fast food culture is interesting because I think there are certain parts of America that maybe that is more of a stereotype, but also like living in LA for a long time,
Behind most stereotypes is some kind of truth, though. Look around. People are eating fast food constantly. New fast food joints pop up all the time. It's like fast food is becoming the go-to food. And that's tragic. That's terrible. There's so many damn chemicals and preservatives and everything in all of our food. And fast food, really? Do you think that it's going to be the healthiest of foods? Even if you get a salad, it's not healthy.
It's fine. Like gym culture is so big here. So it's just like, it's such a big country that I think there are so many different ways that Americans can be portrayed.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they're not wrong about the food. Because like if you go like anywhere down south and stuff like that, if you ask for a small, you're not getting a small.
Yeah, we have a lot of burgers.
We like food that you can take back home with you and have again. We like big portions.
Of the stuff that they were saying was kind of true because here in America, a lot of things are about convenience, and it's like we have a lot of like resources, but it's like for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's bigger, better, convenient, but at the same time, it's like all right, this is for me, and people want to make money, so it's like, I'm gonna give the consumer what they want. I'm gonna make the money for myself. So it's kind of like double-sided, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was mostly positive, which was nice. I thought the first part was funny about how people are lazy, like, because it's definitely true. We have to drive more places, and I wish it was more like the Netherlands where I could bike more places and have excuses to exercise. Everything is like pretty big in America because it's like, go for the dream. Like, you can achieve anything you want here.
Yeah.
I think they hit it pretty well on the head. Like, everything was over the top.
But what is the dream? That's what everyone talks about, the dream. The American dream is no longer just owning your own house with a little white picket fence. If you look around, most Americans are busy constantly. There's no real set schedule for a lot of people. It's just, I got somewhere to be, I got somebody to see. It's go, 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 as opposed to my Thailand life where it was every hour was mine. I decide when I work, when I sleep, when I eat, everything. Nobody telling me that I gotta go see somebody. So it all depends on your version of freedom. If freedom is going to work every day to barely struggle to get by, that's not life to me. Like, there's a love-hate relationship that I have with America because we could be amazing. We have a lot of work to do, but there's just some people who refuse to see or criticize anything about America. It's just the land of the free, home of the brave, the best place on earth. And the second that you believe that, you stop trying to improve things.
Food is big.
There wasn't a middle. It was either excessive and rich or poor. I think there are more in the middle.
A lot in the middle, but even that.
How would you describe an American?
Oeh, spontaan, heel uitbundig, avontuurlijk, maar ook weer lui.
How can you be adventurous and lazy at the same time?
Wat ik vind is dat ze zijn vreselijk overdreven. Van, oh hallo, how are you? And everything. En wat ik heel apart vind, als Amerikaanse mensen de telefoon beantwoorden of ze bellen je op, dan zeggen ze geen gedag. Het is gewoon van, hebben wij morgen een afspraak om 8:00? Ja? Bam. Dat was het. Echt belachelijk. Niet toedeloe of doei of hallo of whatever. Helemaal niks.
I don't have anything against them, but I don't think they're like the most well-behaved or social people. But the ones I do meet are kind, so I don't have anything against them.
Ja, de Amerikaanse mensen die ik tot nu toe heb ontmoet, top eigenlijk. Natuurlijk ook wel een paar mindere bij, maar dat is meestal gewoon Amsterdam natuurlijk. Die denken opeens dat ze van alles kunnen maken, omdat we in Amsterdam...
That goes everywhere. A lot of people travel around with that mentality that I am American, which means I'm from the greatest country in the world. And sometimes I believe that when you're traveling, you have to be humble. You have to be kind. It all depends on how you act as to the type of people and how you're going to be treated.
Allemaal van die gekjes rondlopen, maar verder heb ik weinig problemen met Amerikanen.
Nou, er is natuurlijk een enorme verscheidenheid aan Amerikaanse mensen.
True.
Je kan niet zeggen er is één Amerikaan.
Ja. Iedereen
is zo verschrikkelijk anders. Dat heeft natuurlijk te maken met de grootte van het land. Ik bedoel, midden in het land zijn mensen weer heel anders dan de outskirts of the
We even
of the
speak
country, of
differently.
course. And in the metropolitan areas.
That first dude was right.
Yeah.
Very opportunistic. We always want to do everything, but we don't do shit.
There you go.
We are like really like bubbly, but it's like I feel like a lot facade sometimes.
That's actually interesting because like living in the Netherlands, I get that comment all the time from people saying like, "Oh, Americans are so like fake nice." But growing up, I felt like it was genuine. It's just like, you know, you ask people, "Hey, how are you?" But like kind of from the outside, I could kind of see what people were saying. So what do you think? Like, do you think it's fake nice or?
It's like polite. I don't know.
Polite,
you
right?
know?
Yeah. Like respect, I guess you could say.
I mean, yeah, you greet people, you say hi, like that's just like a natural thing.
Yeah.
The only place I think you're not gonna get that's probably like up in New York or something like that. Like I can come up here and probably say what's up to somebody and like they'll be cool.
Yeah.
Up in New York, you say hi to anybody, straight walking.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's like the only real place or something like that you're gonna get that at.
I think
There's a whole bunch of different places like that. It all depends on where you're at, 100%. We have a massive country in comparison to the Netherlands, especially. It's massive. It's absolutely large. There's so many different demographics. There's so many different types of people mixing and mingling. People that were born here and moved over here or came over here and that's created little like subcultures within America. So yeah, you're going to find people that are more hospitable in certain places. You're going to find people where they just absolutely ignore you as though they can't even see you, like you're some sort of non-player character in other places. It all depends on the location.
I've found that when I've been traveling and I see other Americans, I think that we do tend to be pretty boisterous and sometimes can get a little bit out of touch with the culture going on around us, and just like in our own heads, we're like, we're here and wherever and like we're having fun, so we're gonna be loud. And I do think that's part of kind of a general American culture, like being chatty and mostly very friendly. In the Netherlands, it's interesting because I think people are nice, but it's just not as like exuberant.
I'll start with the last one, the diversity. I think we are really diverse. However, I don't think we try hard enough to get to know each other.
Absolutely
in
true.
Their diversity. We tend to stick with our own, unfortunately.
I agree with you on that. I feel like a lot of times we just put people in bubbles, and then once you're identified in a certain bubble, it's like, okay, you stay on that side, I stay on this side.
I'll be friendly to you, with you, around you, but I'm not going to intermix.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's not being able to put people here in one bucket, depending on where you are in the country. In the big city, it is very diverse. But yeah, I think the diversity in this country is part of what makes it great.
I'm also curious to hear your guys' opinion on what the one lady said about Americans being super exaggerated.
I disagree in some ways. I'm not fake nice. If I know you, I'm going to be like, oh, hey, how are you? I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
You know, if it's someone new, we met a new family last night. You know, you did your niceties and then got to know them. Yeah. I'm a hugger. A lot of people are like, oh, and then people said, I saw your arms go up, you know, so I don't think it's fake. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I definitely think people wear a mask here. You know, you walk around and you wear different types of masks. You know, you might see somebody be like, hey, and then, oh, I hate their guts. When you turn it, like, you know, people act kind of fake sometimes.
Yeah. Lastly, I asked, would you move to the U.S.? Why yes or why no?
Ja, ik eerlijk gezegd, het hele land, wat er allemaal gebeurt, et cetera, liever niet. Dan ga ik liever voor mijn veiligheid gewoon ten alle tijden.
That is honestly one of the things that I can say is great about other places compared to where I live. The crime rate is through the roof. I'm glad that Sam picked a place to go to where people are bustling and walking around. That's all location based too. Whether or not people are outside, they're walking to work, they're doing things. If they're in that big city type environment and they live and work close by. A lot of people are commuting though. A lot of people here in my city, nobody comes here to live and have fun. They come here to live so that they can be close enough to commute to their work. That's why we have parks, we have everything, and you never see anybody. I've done videos of me walking through the local park here and you don't see any other people. People aren't out and as friendly unless there's some sort of event going on, like, oh, we're going to close down this street and we're going to have a farmer's market or something like that. Then you'll see some people out and about in my city. But on the whole, you go for car rides, you sometimes don't even see a person on a bicycle. We got all these lanes that they've taken away from cars to give to bicycles, and still nobody uses it. So the people here aren't coming here to enjoy their time here. They're coming here because it's close enough drive to work that they can get there comfortably and they can live comfortably, even though even the rents and things here are outrageous. But it's not like a tourist spot. People aren't coming here to do fun things. We have fun things, but nobody uses them.
Waarom wel? Ik vind het wel tof. Steden zoals New York, et cetera, vind ik wel echt nice. Plus ik ben zelf kok. Ik zou er wel een keer ooit willen staan, Madison Square. Ja. Dat lijkt me wel tof. Dus ja en nee. Ja.
Of ik zou willen verhuizen naar Amerika. Nou, niet zolang Biden president is. Maar ook niet omdat ik natuurlijk hier mijn kinderen heb.
I would consider it, but not without knowing where I'm going. There's a lot of different places, like there's really city areas, also more like country.
Nou, dat niet. Ik denk dat in Nederland alles heel goed is geregeld. Daar heb je natuurlijk bijvoorbeeld de zorg, niet helemaal lekker geregeld. Daar betaal je voor tuin als je je arm breekt. Sowieso over de top is wel, wat ik zei, is wel leuk, maar om daar te wonen, dat lijkt me niks.
Ja, ik heb het al gedaan. Ik bedoel, ik vond het fantastisch daar. Ik heb er lang over gedaan om in New York te aarden, maar het is me gelukt in de zin van dat ik het uiteindelijk heel erg leuk vond en echt ben van gaan houden. Ja. Maar ik ben heel blij nu weer terug te zijn in Nederland. Omdat ik hier een gezin heb. En Nederland is veel fijner om te wonen met een gezin. De standaard van leven in Nederland is hoger hier als je niet zoveel geld verdient. In Amerika...
Just your work versus life balance is way different than here. There's so many things that I can see would be attractive, would be appetizing to families in other countries.
Dan
for
moet je echt
sure.
zoveel geld verdienen om daar gewoon oké te kunnen leven met een gezin. Ja. En hier is dat gewoon veel makkelijker.
Yeah, don't move here. It sucks. You need 2 jobs, a side hustle, rich parents, just to like be okay.
Yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying.
In a happy mental state and not be like distressed and worried all the time.
And that's the American dream, huh?
There it is. That word again.
I think America is so big and it's over the top in a lot of ways, and it's a cool place to visit, I think, but we're a mess, and I don't think, like, especially the healthcare. When I visited Amsterdam, and I learned a lot about the healthcare system there, and just like it is very organized, like he said, and I think most European countries are very good about things like that, and I want out myself, so I'm like totally on the same page. I think that the U.S. is a mess, especially right now, so I wouldn't want to move here.
I mean, so I have friends friends from my school that are from places internationally. Like I have friends from Georgia, Armenia, and different places. Okay. And I don't get into like the politics, like government stuff, but like when I tell them like about like racism here in America, like they don't understand it because they don't have to deal with that in other countries. So when the first guy was talking about like because of his safety and everything, I get it. Like I totally get it, and it's hard to adjust like being here culturally. So I totally understand that. But me personally, you know, like I'm a Christian, like I make Christian hip hop. So everybody to me is equal. Like nobody's higher than the other, nobody's better. Like every race, like we're all equal. So it's like for somebody to be treated somebody differently because of where they're from, because of what they look like, and because of what they do, it's kind of crazy to me.
Sure.
So
There's a lot of Americans that hold that same thought, that same kind of mentality. They don't hate anybody. A lot of the hate and division and racism and all of this political divisiveness, it's all from the television. Telling you that you should be afraid of this group of people. Telling you that these people are bad. Telling you that you should stay in your house. That you shouldn't interact with one another. It's all an overall plan. Some sort of scheme, 100%. There's no... People that I've met just in passing, I've never met someone that's just been a blatant racist. I've never met someone that's just been like anything but kind in my travels. No matter where I went, whichever country I was in, even in America, traveling around, you meet great people. You meet some assholes, but you meet on the whole great people. It's like this narrative that's pushed out on us that, oh, you're supposed to hate so-and-so. These people got it better than you, so you should hate them too. Like,
so it's just like, you will get
a
that
lot
in
of countries
America,
don't have to deal with that.
There's also other positives about like different opportunities that you can get. Of course, different people you meet, because you meet all type of cultures here. It's not just one culture, which is beautiful about it.
Yeah.
So it has its positives and negatives, but I think it kind of depends on that person to make that decision for themselves. So it's fair.
That was a real response, man. That was a real response. I like that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Give yourself a shout out, bro. Give yourself a shout out, by the way.
Follow me on social medias at Mac4Music, MACK4 Music, no spaces. I do beats. I make beats. I do music. So if you need any beats, hit me up.
Out of curiosity, like how does it feel to hear someone say, based off of our president, that they wouldn't want to move here because of the president? I'm just curious your reaction to that.
I think it's kind of fickle. Yeah. I think they don't maybe understand our whole government system.
We don't even understand our whole government system.
In the United States, the president can't do anything and everything alone. We have all these checks and balances in place, and maybe is why a lot of things don't get done. You know, I think things get done that the president doesn't want done, but we have checks and balances, and we have to go with everything, not just a person. Yeah. One person doesn't rule our country.
It's interesting that politics are even getting into their culture from the U.S., and she's formulating an opinion. Yeah, the media just gives a high level, no matter where, you know, whether you're on the Fox side or CNN, you get just this top layer and not really all the layers.
Yeah, we don't get the full picture.
So there you have it. Personally speaking, I was really happy with the outcome of this experiment. You know, for me, as an American living in the Netherlands, it was really interesting to see the dialogue between my home country and my new country. But overall, what I was really happy about was that while people were discussing the differences in cultures and countries, they did it in a very respectful way, laughing, smiling, And that's what I love to see. You know, despite our differences, we're just people. And that's what I hope to do through this channel. Bring people together, no matter where you're from. I'd also like to give a shout out to my friends Luis and Sean, who helped with the filming for this video. Without you guys, this would not have been possible, so thank you so much. And lastly, to you guys, the viewers out there, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot, and I really hope to bring you guys a lot of great content this year in 2024. So, till the next video, peace.
Sam, always bringing up the greatness. Get over Show Exploring the Foreign, all the love in the world. If you don't do nothing else today, get over there and sub up. Absolutely worthwhile, wholesome content. That's what I'll say. Content that you should definitely go check out. I love how it was done so respectfully. Everybody really was kind. Everyone really was polite. Here's what I'll say about this great country of mine. We are great. We are a beautiful, melted, mixing pot of people from all over the world. We are a conglomerate of cultures. There's so many different types of places to go. The people are inherently beautiful. That being said, do we have a lot that we could learn from other people? Absolutely. I think that it's necessary that you criticize the place that you live. If you don't, how do you ever expect to make anything better? Like, do we have some things that we need to work on? Absolutely. Is it a beautiful place? Yes, both physically and in just the general makeup of America, it is beautiful. That being said, when it comes to the way of life, I think that there's some things that we could adopt. Our healthcare, our politics are a mess. Everything is a mess. The news media is a mess. But on the whole, could you come to America and live a happy life? Yes, so long as you can do without your frikandel specials and your stroopwafels and all of these delicious Dutch snacks. And you would have to switch to marshmallow bread, which is never, ever a good thing, not compared to real bread. Get over Show Exploring the Foreign, all the love of the world. Sam, nothing but love to you and all of your people. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but I won't believe you. Tell the next one of my Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, but let me to the moon and back. Peace.